The average new car in America now costs over $50,000, and everyone keeps buying the same 3 SUVs while genuinely excellent alternatives sit on dealer lots collecting dust. Today I'm showing you 5 SUVs with reliability ratings that match or beat the popular choices, and one of them gets discontinued after this year, so this is your last chance to grab it. Plus, there's one vehicle on this list that ranks number 1 out of 26 compact SUVs for reliability, and I guarantee most of you have never even test-driven it. If you're tired of overpaying for what's popular instead of what's actually good, keep watching. Stick around if you're tired of overpaying for what's popular instead of what's actually good. Number 5. Kia Sorento, 2016 to 2020. Alright, I know what you're thinking. A Kia? On a reliability list? Just hear me out for a second, because what I'm about to tell you is gonna save somebody watching this a whole lot of money. Yes, old Kias were junk. I worked on enough of them. But post-2016? Different story. Kia started building genuinely solid vehicles, and the Sorento is the one that doesn't get enough credit. I had a customer come in last month with a 2017 Sorento. 187,000 miles on it. He came in for a brake job and asked me to do a full inspection because he was thinking about trading it in. I put it on the lift expecting to find the usual high mileage stuff, worn bushings, leaking seals, maybe some suspension work. You know what I found? The original shocks still had life in them. No oil leaks. Transmission shifted clean. I told him straight up, you trade this in, you're making a mistake. Now here's the thing you need to know. The 2016 to 2020 Sorento comes with either a 2.4-liter 4-cylinder, a 2.0 turbo, or a 3.3-liter V6. You want the V6? That 3.3 is the same Lambda engine family that's been around forever, and it's proven. Skip the 2.4 oil consumption issues. Skip the turbo, unnecessary complexity. Get the V6. The V6 Sorento gives you legitimate 3-row seating, a solid towing capacity around 5,000 pounds, and you can find clean examples right now for $15,000 to $20,000. That's thousands less than a comparable Pilot or Highlander with similar miles. And here's the kicker, Kia's powertrain warranty is 10 years, 100,000 miles. A lot of these are still covered. Weak points to watch for? The front lower control arm bushings tend to wear out around 80,000 to 100,000 miles. That's maybe a $400 to $600 repair depending on where you go. And check the infotainment screen. Some of them had issues with the touchscreen becoming unresponsive. Not a deal breaker, but worth knowing. If you can get past the badge on the grille, you're looking at a genuinely capable family SUV that nobody's fighting over at the auction. That's the kind of vehicle I tell my customers to look for. Number 4. Mazda CX-9, 2016 to 2021. Now here's one that really flies under the radar, and I genuinely don't understand why. The Mazda CX-9 has been sitting in the shadow of the Honda Pilot for years now. Everyone walks right past it on the lot to go look at the Pilot or the Highlander, and meanwhile this thing is just waiting there with one of the most refined powertrains in its class. I've been working on Mazdas for over 2 decades, and I can tell you that these newer CX-9s are some of the most well-engineered vehicles I see come through the shop. They don't come in for much. Oil changes, brakes, tires, and that's about it. The engine in the 2016 and newer CX-9 is a 2.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. Now I know I just said avoid turbos, but Mazda's 2.5T is different. Lower compression, less stress on the turbo. These go 150,000 plus miles without turbo issues. I've seen these go well past 150,000 miles with no major issues on the turbo system. One customer of mine bought a 2017 CX-9 Grand Touring with 95,000 miles on it. Paid $19,000. He just hit 160,000 miles last month, and aside from a water pump replacement around 120,000, which was about $650 including labor, the thing has been bulletproof. Now here's what most people don't know. Mazda shares a lot of engineering with Toyota. There's a partnership there that goes back years. So when you're buying a Mazda, you're getting some of that Toyota engineering philosophy at a discount. The CX-9 rides better than a Pilot. I'll say that openly. The interior feels more premium than it has any right to at this price point. And because everyone's laser focused on the usual suspects, you can pick up a loaded CX-9 for $5,000 to $8,000 less than a comparable Pilot with the same mileage. Things to check? The carbon buildup on the intake valves can be an issue on direct injected engines like this. If you're buying one with over 80,000 miles, ask if it's had a walnut blast or intake cleaning. That's a $300 to $500 service that makes a big difference. Also, the infotainment system can be slow to respond on the earlier 2016 and 2017 models. It's annoying but not a mechanical concern. If you want a 3-row SUV that actually feels good to drive every day, and you don't want to pay pilot prices, the CX-9 is the answer. If this is helping, subscribe. I do this every week, no sponsors, no dealership deals. Now the next 3 are where it gets really good. Number 3, Toyota Sequoia, 2008 to 2019. Alright, now we're getting into the heavy hitters. And this one, honestly, might be my favorite vehicle on this entire list. Everybody knows the Toyota 4Runner, right? It's the go-to recommendation for anyone who wants a reliable SUV. And because of that, 4Runner prices have gone absolutely insane. I've seen 10-year-old 4Runners with 150,000 miles selling for over $25,000. It's crazy, but here's what nobody talks about. The Sequoia is built on the same platform as the Tundra pickup. It uses the same 5.7-liter V8, the same transmission, the same transfer case, and it can be had for thousands less than a 4Runner because people either don't know about it or they think it's too big. I had a Sequoia come into my shop about 2 months ago. 2010 model. The odometer read 289,000 miles. The owner brought it in because he was hearing a slight whine from the rear differential. I changed the fluid, found some minor wear, and that was it. $180 and he was out the door. That truck is still running. That 5.7-liter V8, the 3URFE for the nerds out there, is one of the most reliable V8 engines ever made. It's the same engine Toyota put in the Land Cruiser 200 series. You know, the $90,000 truck that celebrities drive through the desert. Same engine. And you can get it in a Sequoia for $18,000 to $28,000 depending on the year and mileage. Now, there's a reason I specified 2008 and newer. The 2001 to 2007 Sequoia used a different engine, the 4.7-liter V8. That engine is decent, but it had some issues with secondary air injection and it wasn't nearly as powerful. The 2008 redesign is when the Sequoia became what it is today. What should you watch for? The timing chain covers on the 5.7 can develop a small oil leak as the miles pile up. Usually shows up around 150,000 to 200,000 miles. Not catastrophic, but if you see oil seeping from the front of the engine, that's likely what it is. Repair is around $1,200 to $1,800 depending on how bad it's gotten. The air suspension on the Limited and Platinum trims can also be a headache. If you're buying a high-mileage Sequoia with air suspension, check if it's been converted to traditional coils. That conversion runs about $800 to $1,200 but saves you from $2,500 air strut replacements down the road. This is the SUV I tell people to buy when they want something that'll last forever and they need real space for their family. The third row fits actual adults. Towing capacity is 7,400 pounds. And unlike a 4Runner, nobody's paying a cult tax to own one. But if you think the Sequoia is a hidden gem, wait until you hear what's next. Because this next one is basically a Land Cruiser in disguise, and most people walk right past it. Number 2. Lexus GX 460, 2010 to 2019. I'm about to tell you something that's gonna sound backwards, but stay with me here. If you want a reliable SUV and you have a budget of around $25,000 to $35,000, you should be looking at Lexus. Not Toyota, Lexus. And specifically, you should be looking at the GX 460. Here's why. The GX 460 is a Toyota Land Cruiser Prado. Same vehicle, same platform, same engine, same four-wheel drive system. Toyota sells the Prado everywhere in the world except North America. Here, they put a Lexus badge on it and sell it as a luxury SUV. But underneath all that leather and wood trim is a vehicle designed to survive the Australian outback and African safaris. The engine is a 4.6-liter V8, the 1URFE. This is another member of Toyota's UR engine family, same basic architecture as the 5.7 in the Sequoia. It makes 301 horsepower, runs forever, and I have personally worked on GX 460s with over 250,000 miles that needed nothing but maintenance items. One of my best customers is a contractor who bought a 2013 GX 460 with 140,000 miles on it for $22,000. He uses it as his work truck, throws ladders on the roof rack, hauls materials, tows trailers on weekends. The thing just turned 210,000 miles and it still drives like it did when he bought it. Now here's the secret. Because the GX is a Lexus, people assume it's expensive to maintain. It's not. The parts underneath are all Toyota. I can get alternators, brake pads, suspension components, all of it from the Toyota parts bin. You're paying Toyota prices for a vehicle that looks and feels like it should cost twice as much. The depreciation on these is also working in your favor. A brand new GX runs over $60,000. But a 2015 or 2016 with 80,000 to 100,000 miles, you're looking at $28,000 to $35,000. That's half price for a vehicle that's just getting broken in by Toyota standards. Things to look out for? The secondary air injection pump can fail. This is a common issue across Toyota's V8 lineup. When it goes, you'll get a check engine light and it's about a $1,500 to $2,000 repair if you do the pump and both valves. Some owners just delete the system, but that'll cause inspection issues in some states. Also, check the lower ball joints. They're a known wear item on the GX platform. Most need replacement somewhere between 100,000 and 150,000 miles. About a $600 to $800 job at an independent shop. If you want genuine off-road capability, body-on-frame construction, a V8 that'll never quit, and the nicest interior on this list, the GX 460 is the move. The people who know. And now you do too. Alright, we're down to number 1. And honestly, I saved this one for last because it's the SUV I recommend more than any other when someone comes into my shop and says they need something reliable, affordable, and they don't want to deal with problems. Here it is. Number 1. Acura MDX, 2014 to 2020. The Acura MDX is the best-kept secret in the used SUV market, and I'm gonna tell you exactly why. Let's start with what we know for certain. The MDX is built by Honda. It shares a platform with the Honda Pilot, which everybody knows is reliable. But here's what makes the MDX special. It gets all the good Honda stuff, plus a better transmission tune, a more refined suspension, a nicer interior, and typically, better option vehicles on the used market. And somehow, it costs about the same or even less than a Pilot with comparable miles. The third-generation MDX, which is from 2014 to 2020, uses Honda's J35 V6 engine. This is a 3.5-liter naturally aspirated V6 that Honda has been refining since 1998. They've built millions of these engines. It's bulletproof. I've seen them go 300,000 miles. I just worked on a 2016 MDX last week. The owner bought it 3 years ago with 90,000 miles, paid $21,000. She's now at 158,000 miles. Total repairs in those 3 years outside of regular maintenance? A set of front struts at $140,000, which was $700, and a power steering pump at $155,000, which was $450. That's it. For a luxury SUV. The transmission in the 2014 and newer MDX is the ZF9 Speed Automatic. Now, early versions of this transmission in the 2015 and 2016 Acura TLX had some issues. But in the MDX, Honda tuned it differently and it's been solid. Still, if you're buying a 2015 or 2016 MDX, ask about transmission service history. If the fluid's been changed every 30,000 to 40,000 miles, you're in good shape. Here's what I love about recommending the MDX. The super handling all-wheel drive system, which they call SHWD, is genuinely impressive. It's not just for snow. It actually makes the car handle better by sending power to the outside rear wheel in corners. For an SUV, it drives surprisingly well. The interior on these is legitimately nice. We're talking leather, heated seats, a decent infotainment system, all the luxury stuff. And you can find clean examples, one-owner vehicles with full service history, in the $18,000 to $28,000 range depending on year and mileage. That's Pilot money for a better vehicle. What should you watch for? The timing belt on the J35 needs to be done every 105,000 miles. This is a $900 to $1,200 service, and it's non-negotiable. If you're buying an MDX with over 100,000 miles and the belt hasn't been done, factor that into your offer. Also, the early production 2014 models had some issues with the torque converter. Honda extended the warranty on those, but if you're buying one now, just verify the transmission has been serviced. The VCM, or Variable Cylinder Management, system can cause oil consumption issues over time. This is where the engine shuts off some cylinders for fuel efficiency. Some owners install a VCM disabler, which is a $150 plug-and-play device, just to eliminate that variable. Not required, but worth knowing about. If I had to buy one SUV off this list today for my own family, and I wanted something that felt premium, drove well, and would last 200,000 miles without drama, it would be the MDX. All day long. So there you have it. 5 SUVs that mechanics actually respect, that'll run forever with basic maintenance, and that aren't commanding the crazy prices of the usual recommendations. Let me run through them one more time. At number 5, the Kia Sorento with the V6. Number 4, the Mazda CX-9, the best driving 3-row nobody's talking about. Number 3, the Toyota Sequoia, for runner capability with real space. Number 2, the Lexus GX 460, a Land Cruiser in a tuxedo. And at number 1, the Acura MDX, the luxury SUV that makes financial sense. If you're in the market right now, do yourself a favor. Before you go pay $35,000 for a 10-year-old 4Runner just because that's what the internet told you to buy, take a look at these options. You might find something better for less money. And look, if you got value out of this video, hit subscribe. Now that you know which SUVs to look at, you need to make sure you're not destroying them with bad maintenance habits. I put together a video on the 17 car maintenance that will kill your engine, and number 7 is something most people do every single oil change. Links on screen, I'll see you over there.